Yo guys, it's me Phil, and I want to welcome you to my third tutorial. Actually my first upload as partner. And today we're going to take a look at that stroke tutorial, at that stroke I did in my latest edit, That All Live. And as you can see, the stroke is tracked. And that is basically what we're going to do today. Okay, so let's get right into it. As always, we need After Effects, and I've already tracked my scene. So let's start. First thing you have to do is create a solid and go to Effects and go to Trapcode, Trapcode Particular, and now you create a null object and the light. What is really important, be sure to call this light emitter, exactly as I typed it in. So what we're going to do now is go to emitter, select the null object. You can actually pick with it as well here, like that. Now you go to your solid, go to emitter, go to emitter type, and select the lights. So when you select the null object as a 3D layer, Trapcode Particular will be tracked. When we take a look at our scene now, we can see that the particles are tracked. And when we go to our null object, hit P on a keyboard and move those around, that you can change the position now with that null object and not with the layer, the actual solid. So that way you can track layers in a 3D space which ones normally wouldn't be able to be tracked in a 3D space. As you can see, when I try to track this solid, it's not allowed, so I'll uncheck that. So when you want to create a stroke, first thing you have to do is change your particles. What I like to do is change my emitter size of the X to about 0, so it's not that random. Now I'm going to the particles, change the color first. I'm going to choose bright green, quite bright color, and I'll stay with the spheres as particle type. Now I'm going to change the size of them to about 2 or 3, that's up to you. And I'm going to change the particles per second at the emitter option, so we get many particles. So as you've already recognized, you track your emitter, you track your particular plugin with that null object. So that's actually the same way how we create the stroke. So what we're going to do is get the particular layer at the end of our cinematic, or wherever you want it to be. I'm just going to start right over here. Now you keyframe the position, and start with it, and change. You can do that with the arrows as well, and change the position of it. Sorry. Maybe a bit higher, so we get some waves in it. And that's actually the way how you create those particles track. What I would do when I haven't enough, I would really recommend you changing your particles per second to about 1,000, because otherwise you will have a problem like here, or maybe even more, or change the size. That's pretty much up to you. And I'm just going to continue with that. Change the position again. You can do some crazy stuff like backflips. I'm not really sure if that's right, if I'm right when I call it that way, but when I go further, like, oh crap, when I go further like that, try to create a looping or backflip, sorry, that should actually work. Wait, probably less time. Okay. Okay, it's not that good looking, but as I already said, you can mess around with those settings and try to make it perfect. So like that, and continue, change scale again, position again, and that's pretty much it. I'm going to change the particles per second again, because that is way too much. What I forgot to say is that you can just change the emitter size, so all of them are way more together. The velocity as well, so you can get a really good fitting stroke, like here, when you change the velocity to about 10 or even 0, it's just a stroke. But I would recommend choosing about 50 or even higher, it's up to you. Just mess around with those settings, and there are a bunch of things you can change. You can change the shading, change the physics, you can change rotation, you can change pretty much everything you want. What I like to do is add a glow to it, as always. I actually add a glow to pretty much everything. Glow to it, so as you can see there's a difference. Haven't seen that before. Now you can add a color correction or a text, as always. In the motion track scene you can add a text, or change the way your stroke behaves, add a few curves in it, loopings, or as I did here, change the keyframes so the stroke is always in the picture. Just mess around with those settings, and you'll be able to create something really unique. Not much people do that. Yeah, I hope I could help you. Be sure to like, comment, and give me some requests. And it would be really awesome if you guys could check out my Facebook fan page, because I'm going to post every single video I'll upload on there, so you won't miss any videos of myself. Peace out.